Katrina's Creations. This is episode 246 or 45. I'm not sure which. Somewhere around 243 disappeared somewhere. So anyway, I'm guessing it's 246. We're going to go with 246. So yes, thank you for tuning in this week and for watching. And if you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you click the bell-shaped icon next to it and click all, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and Wednesdays. And lately we've been doing Thursdays as well. Thursdays is my weight loss journey. So yeah, a little bit of variety going on right now. But right now we have 3 videos a week. So, and this next week, well, I'll tell you about next week when we get to that point. I have a bunch of finished objects. So let's go take a peek at what I've got. Kim, who is my knitting person, who's a friend of mine, we get together for knitting. In fact, I'm going to be inserting a clip in a couple minutes of a bunch of us getting together for some yarny goodness at the park. Anyway, she and I and one of my coworkers have decided we are going to try to make some things and sell at a craft fair. At least that's the plan. We're hoping to do this. We aren't sure when this is going to happen. There are some craft fairs coming up in the fall. However, I'm not sure when the date is for my surgery, so I don't want to commit to something and then have to cancel or whatever, or pay for a booth and then not be able to make it. So anyway, there's 2 or 3 of us going together so we can share the cost of a booth, so we can actually make a little bit more profit out of the thing. So what am I making? I'm making dishcloths because, yeah, that's what I do. I make dishcloths. So I am making a series of 3 to put together as a sale. I have not even woven my ends in. I just finished doing these. So this is a plain mitered square one, and it is 2 different colors. These are 100% cotton, and I'll tell you about the yarn in a minute. So it's a light and a navy blue. And then I'm going to pair with it 2 crocheted dishcloths. Now right now I have 2 in the same color. I need to crochet a couple of the dark blue ones. So this one is a corner to corner. And then this one was a pattern I saw on TL Yarn Crafts. I like watching her channel. I like watching her yarn reviews. But anyway, she had this pattern and then I modified it a little bit because hers was all done with single crochet and I was getting impatient. So some of mine are, it's like 1 row of double crochet and then 2 rows of single crochet, and they're kind of clustered like this. So sort of almost like a shell, but I really liked it. I liked the way it turned out. So, and it stayed, you know, relatively square looking. It didn't twist out of shape. So yeah, so one of these will be going in each of my dishcloths. I have to make the dark one for both of these yet. So yes, these 2 will be together and these 2 will be together. So there's 1 knit and 2 crochet in each of the dishcloth packets. I have no clue what to sell them for price-wise. If you guys have sold dishcloths and have an idea what they sell for, please let me know, because it's kind of a shot in the dark right now. I have no idea. Now the yarn I am using is called, it's from Hobby Yarns, and I have had this for a couple of years. It is called We Love Yarn. It is called We Love Yarn. And it's 100% cotton in a 50 gram. It's 170 meters. This does come from Turkey. And this is a thin weight yarn. I'm not sure what yarn weight they consider it. It's not a 4. I would tend to say this is more like a sock weight, not a sock weight yarn. Yeah, I would say it's more of a sock weight. So what I am doing, I'm actually holding 2 strands together. Now when I ordered this yarn, it came in a bundle. I think there was 12. I think there was 12 of these skeins, and they were in different colors. It was like there was 2 light blue, 2 dark blue, 2 yellow, 2 green, and 2 that are kind of a salmon-y color, kind of a peachy salmon color. So altogether there was 12 skeins. And so I'm holding them together. So that's why These are 2 separate colors. And these are actually 2 strands of the light blue held together. So yeah, that is some of my finished object. And the crochet hooks and the knitting needles I am using. The crochet hook is a 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter hook, because like I said, this is not worsted weight. I'm holding it together, which takes it probably closer to like a DK weight. Held together, it's still not quite a worsted weight. So anyway, I'm using a 4.5 millimeter, which is a 7. And the knitting needle, I am using, these are double pointed needles, and I have just put a point protector on the end to act as the end of my knitting needle, because you're only knitting something this small. I don't need circular needles with the cord hanging around, or the real long knitting needles. They would just be in the way. So I just have some of these, and I think these are probably maybe the 6 or 7 inch variety of the DPNs. And like I said, I just stuck protectors on the end, and that way it keeps the stitches from coming off, and it works perfect. I use this type of size for doing lace as well, if I'm knitting lace edging, because it's just too cumbersome otherwise to have the needles. I believe this is a 5, US 5. I think it's a US 5. Pretty sure. It doesn't have markings on it. I'm pretty sure it's US 5. I have one more finished object, and I'm so glad to be done this one. I finished the Ripple Quote Chevron Afghan. And Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, told me that the difference between the Ripple and the chevron is more pointed, the curves. So I don't know whether this would be considered pointy or not. So I'm not quite sure what pointed, where this falls, whether it falls under curved or pointed. It's one of those. It's one of these type of Afghans. So you can see my stitch marker right here. Right here. That's where I left off in that green. So I have done 3 sections. Each section is 4 rows. So I've done 12 rows since last week. And I have finally finished the thing. It is about square. I was hoping for rectangle, but to be honest, it's getting too heavy to maneuver. And I'm just tired of doing it. So it is square, and that's what it's going to be. So altogether, it is probably, I believe it's 46 inches across, and so it's 46 inches tall as well. So here's what it looks like. And this will be going to my daughter. So this is the last of the pile of Afghans that I've been making. I've made 3 in the last couple of months, and my wrists are feeling it. I do notice when I crochet as opposed to knitting that I get tendonitis right here from moving my wrist around. I have had carpal tunnel syndrome, I had carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands, and over the years, over the last 20 years, I had both wrists had carpal tunnel surgery. So I don't tend to have problems with that, but I do get tendonitis right here when I crochet too much. So I don't know if it's from holding your hand like this and twisting it. I have a feeling that's what does it. It doesn't do it when I knit, just when I crochet. So I have to kind of watch how much I crochet, but I've been crocheting a lot trying to get these Afghans done. So I have gotten one made for my granddaughter, and she was so funny. She sent me a picture over on Facebook the other day. She messaged me because they were out dorm shopping because she goes to college this fall. And she had to show me, she says, "Grandma, look at the bedding I picked out to match the Afghan you made me." I was like, oh, she really loves this Afghan. It just makes me feel so good. You know, you love making somebody something when they really, really enjoy it and they want it. So she's definitely crochet and knit worthy. So yeah, she picked out actually a solid bedspread so that her Afghan would show up better. So yeah, so that was exciting. So I was happy about that. Now let me show you the work in progress I have going on. I mean, the dishcloths are going to be ongoing until I run out of yarn. So I have not made any hats this week because I've been concentrating on the dishcloths, and I kind of needed a break from hats. So this is the begonia shawl, and it is by I believe it's Canfield Ma. This is a well-known pattern. It's around a lot of places you can find it, and it's really, really pretty when it's done. I will try to insert a picture. I inserted one last week, but I will try to insert a picture so you can see what it looks like. Anyway, this is a well-known pattern. It is free, so if you're interested in it, you do need to get it. The only place I could find it was over on Ravelry. I had this pattern from years ago, so they do come. You have a choice of several different languages because it has been translated into quite a few languages. You also have a choice of whether you want it charted or whether you want it written, so you can do any of those. So there's a lot of variety on it. It's a beautiful pattern. It's very lacy looking. You do knit this with, they say a lace weight, but what I'm doing is a fingering weight. This yarn is called Painted Desert, and it is called Angelic. And you can see it's plied with several different colors. It's kind of baby colors, and then there's some kind of brighter salmony pinks in here as well. So yeah, and there's some green in here. There's some green down inside there. So here's how far I've gotten. It is knit from the top down. And because I have it on some long cords, I can really open it up and show it to you. So there you can see it. It has lots of, these are just yarn overs the way it's created. But it's called Begonia Swirl Shawl, and each of these little kind of swoops end in like a lacy edge to it. It's really, really pretty shawl pattern. It's actually very simple as well. There's a lot of rows to it, but once you realize what the pattern is, it's very easy to follow. So that's the work in progress that I've got going on. Now it's time to see what you all have been making this week. And you guys have been busy again this week. I've got lots of pictures to show you guys. So thank you to all of you who have been submitting pictures over for the show and tell. If you're new to the channel and you would like to submit pictures so everybody else can see what you're making, you can send those to my Facebook page, which is Katrina Knits, or you can send them to my email address, which is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. And I will get your pictures from there and put them into the show and tell. So with that, we're going to see what everybody else has been working on. weather has been quite cool around here. It's only been like in the upper 70s, low 80s. So there is a bunch of my yarny friends getting together tonight over at a park. And so, yeah, I took my camera along, and I'm gonna show you what they all are working on, and they can all say hi to you. So I'm gonna stick the footage in of us getting together for our little knitting crochet time. Okay, Kim, go ahead and tell us what you're making.
This is something I just finished. I got the ends sewn in like before you got here, so you don't have to see them. But it's a midwife blanket, and I can tell you what kind of yarn it is. But I'm doing another one in this purple. It's very old yarn that a family member got me at a yard sale, and it is Sirdar Snuggly Baby Care Cotton Blend DK, and it's from, I think, England. Yeah, it's from Wakefield, England. So and it is 60% acrylic, 40% cotton, so it feels nice and soft. It's perfect for baby blankets. So that's what I'm using it for.
How much does it take to make one of your blankets?
It takes 4 whole ones, and like I got about 1.5 edging, 1.5 sides of the edging done, which is like a scallop, before I ran out, which was 4. So I just needed a little more of a 5th one. Oh, okay. Which I do have enough, so yeah. Yeah, so 4 of these makes a midwife blanket if you don't put the edging on.
And if you miss the edging, then it takes a little bit of a 5th.
Yeah, and you could use other yarn that you have in a contrasting color if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like this. I don't know if they make it anymore. But I don't know. Yeah.
I had some of that yarn. I forget what it, not that particular, but I've had the Sirdar.
Oh, really? That brand?
Yeah, I forget where, but I've had it. I've seen it someplace, but I don't remember where.
Yeah. This is at a yard sale, so I guess the lady who had it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is Rachel.
Hello.
And you want to tell us what you're making?
I am making a granny square blanket Afghan. So this is one of the squares. Just doing basic yarn in different colors, and then I'll attach all the squares together once it's done with a different color.
And are you making this for somebody, or is this?
I'm just making it.
Okay.
I'll probably give it to somebody who I don't know. I may send it out to my mom in Kansas City. She gets really cold. Likes lots of blankets. So it'll be a good Christmas present for her.
Very good. And we are at a park in Fairfield. So,
Carroll Valley Park.
Yeah, Carroll Valley Park. Now in my acquisitions this week, I do have a knit crate. It came in, it's June's knit crate, so it's a little bit late due to the world situation. Everything's a little slow getting to us, and it was coming from Peru. So June's knit crate came in, so that will be Wednesday's video, will be what the unboxing is. So I could show it to you now, but I'm not going to. You're gonna have to come back on Wednesday to see what it looks like and what I got. And so that is all I have in my acquisitions. So yeah, make sure you check it out to see, was it worth the wait? Because it's like a month and a half late. So, and July's is not here either, and it's already into partway through August. So yeah, everything's running behind. So make sure you check out Wednesday's video. Thursday's video will be another visit with my bariatric journey because I will be meeting on, well, I'm filming this Thursday. I will be meeting with my nutritionist on Friday, and yeah, so we'll talk about that and how well I did with my menu planning and see if I got it all right. So yeah, that will be this week's videos. Now it's time for Now in our Come and Get It section, I only have one sale to tell you about because the other ones are not running a sale right now. When they do, I will let you know about it. So the first one, actually there's two sales. I'm sorry, I lied. There's two sales. First one is Lovecrafts. Now they have sales that run continuously. So one sale ends, another one starts. So the link is down below in the description box. You can go right over there and check out their, it just takes you to their main page and you'll see right there just keep scrolling down. You'll see the different sales that they've got running at the time. So they have some that are just like one-day flash sales. They have some that just run for a period of time. So that is Lovecrafts. The other sale is Knit Picks. Now it does end on August 8th. So if you're interested, today you are watching this on the 7th of August. So it ends on the 8th. So if you're interested, that's your last time to be able to do it. They are offering, there's several different sales that are going on. They have 5 to 30% off of their yarn. They have 40 to 50% off of their knitting and crochet books. And they have 60 to 70% off of their tools, which would be like your crochet hooks, your knitting needles, things like that, your notions, stuff like that. So that is 60 to 70% off. If you spend, now in addition to that, here's this part of the sale too. If you spend $50, you can get $5 off. If you spend $75, you get $10 off. And if you spend $100, you get $20 off. So you do need to use a coupon code STACK21. So it's essentially two sales. It's a percentage off of different items, and then you can get some dollars off depending on how much you spend. So yeah, that's over at Knit Picks, and like I said, it does end on the 8th. So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.